I'm simulcasting. How about that? Let's do that, and then let's do a... Oh, here's the skull, by the way. Oh my god, that is really cool. Wow, that's gonna be really hard to print, though. I probably would do that... Oh, man. Oh, there's holes for loops. I'd have to print that at an angle, but I don't want the fangs to be messed up, so I'd probably print it upside down from the brow end down, facing up at an angle like that, and then use support material. I'm going to try that, actually. Let me see where it saved it to. Sorry if you can't see this, I'm just going to check out something. That's annoying. Okay. I have Simplify 3D open, but anyway, this is the status of my Artemis. I'm going to try YouTube. Let's see. My studio. I'm going to just pop out the chat while doing that. How do I get to live? Just so I don't like it. It's... Can I just... Can I view my videos? Can I view... Like... Where's my live? Wow, YouTube isn't loading. Awesome. What if I just do... YouTube Studio Live is kind of messed up. But I technically should be streaming there. Hey, Filament Frenzy. Sorry, I didn't see you. I have more than one viewer now. Oh, hey, look. If I'm in YouTube and Twitch, I get more people. So, cool. Now, how do I view my dashboard? Oh my god. See, I don't like this. Here it is, live control room. That's what I wanted. Okay, shows me that I'm on. Oh, there we go. Hey, sorry guys. I was trying to find this. Here, let me pop out the chat stream, because I'm trying to run two. I'm trying to run Twitch and YouTube, and I think I have more YouTube friends now. So I'm going to pop out the chat here. Let's close this window. Analytics. I just want the chat. Okay. Anyway, so if you guys see, whoever's still on here, I have my life-size JoelBot printing in that corner, I'm building an SeeMeCNC H2. Right now I'm putting the T-slots on. If a PLA chuck could play PLA. I mean, that's a good word test twister, but I don't really understand it. Tongue twister. I'm chucking a lot of PLA right now. I have about 12 kilograms on the drill bot already used. I have 4 kilograms left. I gave 1 kilogram away. I used another kilogram for something, for a helmet prop. This is all just the Matter Hackers Build Series PLA that I bought. I got basically a ton of silver PLA, because silver is the most neutral color I can get. But I'm getting a little tired of it. I ordered some pink too. Repcord has a special edition pink, purple, called Boss Pink, and it goes to proceeds go to, or some of the profits go to the some charity for girls. Anyway, I like that color, and it's apparently limited edition, so I'm looking forward to that. So pink filament. So, because it's a delta, everything is divided into threes. So I have 6 different, there's 6, yeah, no, 12 pieces, 12 laser cut uprights, and then there's the 4 base, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and each one of these pieces gets 3 T-slots, but basically making you're making a symmetric triangle basically. So each of the towers have to basically be they have to be as smooth as possible, so that you're not catching on one tower, or else you're gonna start, one arm will start drifting, and all your prints are gonna look like this after a while. Each layer is just gonna keep progressively shifting on an arc on one of the towers, so you can actually see which tower failed by kind of watching where the skew is. But layer shifts still happen too, where it shifts ever so slightly, so you have a little bit of a raised bump, but it's not as noticeable as on a Cartesian printer. So on the backpack printer, I think a lot of it was frame shifting. So when it was wobbly or shifted, I think it was that the frame got bumped a little bit. Yeah, I would check out, yeah, Bob, I would check out Repcord. They have that Boss Pink. It's really nice. It's actually made by IC3D. And I forgot what the purple is called, but it's really nice looking purple. I bought the 3-pack. It comes with the red as well. But Repcord filament's really good. I've used their red color filament. I've used a couple actually of their filaments, and it's really good PLA. I also like the clear spools that they use, that Pooch uses. Anyway, Pooch is a good guy too, so you should buy filament from our friends. Also Matter Hackers, because they sponsored me, and I have to include that in this video. No, I don't. Well, actually, I have, they sponsor me, but this is about the first time I'm showing it on YouTube, is this stream right here. But this is a 6-hour stream, 6-hour print, not a 6-hour stream. Hey, NLTMW, I see it on the other Twitch streams. Not sure your name though. So if you have a first name that you'd like to share, I'd like to know. because we're revealing secrets on this channel. Like this, it's called bubbly. It's not really good, but I'm still drinking it. Oh, okay, Mike. I'm gonna call you NT, Northern Louisiana, something Mike, and then last name is probably a W. Or maybe, okay, sorry, I'm guessing your username. I'm probably really wrong. Oh, hey, Mackie. Thanks for joining. Cool, I got a tracking number for something I don't remember ordering. Oh no, that's the filament. Cool. So it should be on the 5th. Okay. Sorry, this chat is only delayed because I am looking at 3 different windows at the same time. Okay. So, Mackie, let's see. Man, I got a lot of stuff changing, working right now. Oh, the machine win. Never let the machines win. Okay. Well, unfortunately, they have one, so too late. Okay, next step. That's what you guys tuned in here for, is to watch me do tedious steps. Oh boy, micro switches. Okay. I already dumped a lot of this stuff, so I'm imagining this is it. I have a ruler here that is in inches and metric because that's what we need. So these are number 2s because they're small. And they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5/8 length. A little under 5/8. Okay. So I think it's these tiny little screws that are gonna fit. And they should all be the same length. And then there's apparently make sure they're all the same length. So this is where knolling would come in handy if I had all these screws separated by type. And there should be 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 of them. And then there's tiny little nuts. Oh, here they are. We'll just dump them all. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attach micro switches to the top tower mounts shown in the picture. The side without the text of the plate engraved SeeMeCNC. Note. So the part engraved SeeMeCNC right here, and 2. So these are the parts named SeeMeCNC. This doesn't show up as well on camera because the white balance on this. If I remove this, everything just goes dark, so sorry if that's not helping. I wish you could just see through this. There we go. How about I do that? Ooh, it's all dirty. There's a lot of glare though. There we go. Maybe some weird lens distortion. Oh, that's kind of cool. See? Ooh. It's funny because it has the opposite effect. Actually, the focal depth is like right here. Huh. That doesn't really work that well though. Sorry. If I do this, shine the light behind me, above me. Nope, that doesn't do anything either. I think I just need to evenly distribute the light. I don't know. Anyway. Okay, let's see here. So there's little holes on here for the end stops. Okay, remove the metal levers from the screw nuts. Okay. Hey, Hunter WS, Hunters W's. I'm finding my end stop switches. HE280, which is getting hot because my exhaust fan from my computer. Police, extrusion, that. Oh, here they are. This is the electronics hardware pack. This is a really basic. Kevin, okay, cool. Welcome. This is the electronics hardware, so it's a couple wires. They're really basic, and I think the main part of it is because it doesn't have a heated bed that comes with it. That there really doesn't need to be a lot of wiring for this kit. All the wiring is done through the whip, and the whip directly connects to the the whip directly connects to the hot end and the effector. So the effector has the auto leveling probe and the hot end, and that's the only really wiring you need. And then the motor is plugged directly into the control board, and it's using a Rambo Mini, which is a Repetier firmware, but can easily be replaced with Marlin, and I probably would do that, but I'm using a Duet. So I'm going to build a stock version of this, switch it to the Duet, and then while I'm switching it to the Duet, I'm switching it to a I'm going to switch the extruder, but I don't have it yet. Since this is a good extruder by itself, but I have a Bondtech in the works, or I have a Bondtech extruder, but I don't have the specific mount for the Bondtech on the laser cut parts, so I'm gonna probably go and Fusion and just draw one up. Looks like it's pretty simple to mount a Bondtech extruder to the existing motors and everything. The Bondtech should give me a lot more precision with the extrusion. Okay, so remove the metal levers, which is pretty easy to do. You basically squeeze the split. Get some pliers. Like that. Take the little metal piece off. You just squeeze it until it comes off. Oops. Okay. And since it's a delta, you have 3 identical switches, and those are going to hit the little screw on the end of the carriages, and that's how it finds its upper limits, and then the lower limits are all done by auto leveling. But the big important thing is that the end stop switches click at the same time each time. So if anybody's on Twitch, let me know how the quality is, because YouTube seems to be pretty decent. The stream quality seems to be pretty decent, but I dropped some frames on the Twitch stream. Okay. Okay, so now it says to attach the micro switches to the top tower mount pieces as shown in the switches. Yeah, so that's why I'm going to try both. Oh, Kevin from that group. Okay, I'm sorry. It took me a while to figure that out. Yeah, I like Twitch, but I don't like YouTube's streaming interface, if that makes sense. I think I need better apps for YouTube streaming. The other thing too is YouTube doesn't really give me an incentive to stream, as of Twitch does, kind of. Like, once you get affiliate, you have incentive to kind of stay on that platform. But yeah, you're right. YouTube is kind of a numbers game. More people, I think, are gonna view 3D printing streams because it's kind of meant for gaming, obviously. I think I did this wrong. Okay. Nope. I did it wrong. It's on the... No, that's right. Nope, I put it wrong. The switch is on the inside. These are really tiny screws. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Mackie. Hey, Mackie, you should you should do a Twitch stream of your keycaps. Building your keycaps. I think that would be really cool. Also, don't forget, February 9th is our mechanical keyboard Reddit meetup at the Dallas Makerspace. I know it's kind of a trip for you, but we're doing another mechanical keyboard meetup. Nice. Sorry if I didn't catch your stream. I feel bad now because I'd probably see a lot more stuff if I would put notifications on. Oh, Mega Man, that's cool. Yeah. I find it actually interesting to watch Fusion 360 streams because I get a lot of inspiration and learning from that. So these have quite a bit of, what do you call it, give. So I'm going to try to keep them all pressed up against the parts. I think the problem is you're getting a lot of your precision from laser cut parts, and it's not, as long as the end stops don't move at all, you should have pretty good precision. And as long as your arm length and your delta radius and all the other stuff is precise. The arm length affects the scale of the part, the print in XYZ. The delta radius affects the curvature of the print, I think. And then your tower offsets and all those things affect your XY, actually all the scaling. As far as I know. But again, like, I've been working with Delta printers for a couple of years now, and I still don't quite understand how they work. It's just math. Oh, yeah, Peter. I really want a quartz color, a pink. Basically, it's pink. A pink razor blade would be really cool. But you can't see it really from my stream, but my Alienware laptop has a bunch of LED backlighting on it, and I have it all set to all pink. You can kind of see it on my trackpad, but the problem is it changes everything from pink to blue on the camera, so you can't see it, but actually the trackpad is blue, or it's pink. But yes, I am down with the quartz color. Hey, you should print a mount for your webcam. Just saying there. Oh, cool, you will be there. Nice. Yeah, if you want a mount for your webcam, right now mine is kind of hanging. My webcam is hanging on a shelf, not a shelf, but it's hanging on the thing. I might switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna try this. If I aim the camera here and mount it on here, you're kind of upside down, but let's orient it this way. I'm gonna flip it for you guys. Sorry. That way you're a little closer. It's kind of at an angle, but how does that work? I think the lighting changed though. There you go. Nope. I don't like that either. Really, I need to just have a camera mount that's doing this. I could put it on my body, but it's going to be really nauseating. So you can kind of see what I'm working on. But this is my little workbench. Not a lot of space. You can see my computer with XSplit set up and my phone. basically I'm just hooking it up here to the back rest part, and I have it kind of wedged against this altimeter. And the other problem is the color and light of this camera. Oh, sorry guys. Come on. So I try not to do this stuff on stream. This is really nauseating. Most of this video is kind of my laptop right now, which is kind of annoying. I need to have it on a separate stand. Hey Oren, 8-bit. Let me know if you know me from one of my groups, so I know kind of where people are coming in from. I'm in a bunch of chats and sub-chats and subreddits and all kinds of stuff, so mostly for the SeeMeCNC group that probably be interested in this printer, which is cool. So I bet these need to be tightened, so I'm gonna use a pair of pliers, fully tightened screws. So note the orientation of the button should be closer to the T-slot. So make sure these are all in the same orientation. Okay, and then these use, okay, cool. So let me get a pair of pliers. Hold the nut part. They have the nice clicky buttons though. But no. There's a rogue screw. There you go. Let's see if I can push the laptop off a little bit more. Yeah. Thanks for anybody on YouTube watching this. Oh no. Everything went away. There you go. Okay. So I'm going to hold this. And tighten. These are just the instant mounts though. Oh, DMS, nice. Yep. I should be at the makerspace doing this, but this is easier. It's easier when you don't have to put up your stuff afterwards or get it taken away. Okay, so that's solid main mounted. Make So melamine's kind of not, it's kind of forgiving, but I think it's a little too forgiving because it's just wood with plastic on it. So I kind of want to tighten it more. Again, the precision of where the end stops are is not the big deal. It's the how making sure that the end stops and the carriages have the same distance relationship every time, because there's a tower offset that determines your height for each tower, and that determines your level of your bed based on the tower offsets. So if your towers are not perfectly level, so if you were to manually level a Delta printer, you'd have to manually go down, touch each corner near the tower, and measure how many millimeters it took to get from the end stop to that tower. And I think that is compensating for the tower height, or the arm length. So it's a factor of the arm length to the tower to the bed, as far as I know, at that angle. So if you were having a little bit of skew issues, you would raise one tower offset by a little bit. And that's kind of what I had to do with the Eris. I had to basically auto level and then manually. Oh, hey, another mic in the chat. Not the mic in the YouTube, but the mic in Twitch, because I'm dual streaming because I'm that cool. And I cannot hold these for the life of me. These little tiny screws. And anybody who uses a number 2 screw is a terrible person. And you should just use M3s like the rest of the world. Use M3, use metric. I have M3 threaded screws, or threaded inserts. I have M3 long, short. I have cap head. I have button head. I have countersunk M3. Everything. Yep, everything should be. Everything should be an M3 screw for 3D printing, in my opinion. These could be, you could get away with M4 or M5 screws for these. M5 because M5 teeth threaded slots. So honestly, if I was going to convert this, I would convert this to an M5 or a metric setup. But that's just me. Okay, so now we're going to get to the T-slot support timing pulley. So locate the pack of timing pulleys and set screws and 6 T-slot pieces. So right here. And the pulleys are right here. No, these are idlers, actually. Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, cool. Nope, these are pulleys. I had a cold carving knife somewhere that I used. Here, this knife. Cut my extrusions out. What photo are you talking about? Comic Sans. I mean, I see a lot of Comic Sans. This is super annoying for all you Comic Sans junkies. There's the Comic Sans SeeMeCNC logo because... Oh, step 7. Yeah. The side without text of the plate that engraves SeeMeCNC. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Caleb didn't make these instructions. I guarantee you it was JJ or Steve. Nope. It says SeeMeCNC, so I'm imagining that's Steve. Gene has made a lot of them, a lot of the instructions, as far as I know. Gene has also built a lot of these, pretty much all the CNC machines. I have built now almost all the SeeMeCNC machines except for the V1 and V2. What am I missing? I have not worked with an Orion yet, but I'm not a huge fan of the Orion. And if I was given one, I would totally use it. But I think this is basically an Orion without the fancy shell. Oh, hello. Aluminum extrusion. Aluminum. There's aluminum shavings all over the place now. So awesome. I have a box of junk under the table. Okay, so now we have motor mounts here. And to locate the pack of 3 timing pulleys. So let's open the timing pulley bag. And they have little tiny set screws in here. They give you extra, which is cool. Oh no, it's 2 per pulley. Because, but these motors have D shafts, so you should be able to put them on there. And then, if they did this right, the same pulley, the same T nut that you use. Nope, of course not. It's probably metric. So you get out your metric thingy. And you screw them in here. I can do these by hand, but pull them. Man, Mike, if you got a Boss Delta, I would kind of be jealous. Just a little bit. I mean, you might as well save for one, and then, like, sell your car to buy it. Just, I mean, that's a pretty good deal. A giant Delta printer for a car. I mean, you would never have to leave your house, because you would just be printing giant things with money that you don't have. I mean, if I could work from home, I would have a giant printer that I could just babysit while I'm working from home. Oh no, I'm not gonna buy a Boss. I like SeeMeCNC, but I think I can build a big printer for cheaper than he spent. Because honestly, I would use the same hardware. It'd be a Duet. It'd be a, probably a Magnum of some kind, hot end. You know, E3D Magnum, or the Mosquito Magnum, or Volcano. That's what it's called. Yeah, it would be a Volcano hot end basically, and a Bondtech extruder, and it would be a really long Bowden cable, and the arms would be carbon fiber. So it honestly would not be any different than the Boss, except for I'd probably still use extrusions. I'm imagining he's using NEMA 17 still, which I wouldn't. Honestly, I would, for that size, I'd probably step it up to either higher torque ones or use a NEMA 23 stepper. Honestly, I would use servos if I was building a giant giant Delta. I would use servos so they're a little quieter and like have more control if it's something big. I think you'd have to make them fully enclosed though to get a good large print. So I don't know. It's whatever. Oh, sorry, I wasn't checking YouTube. Oh man, haven't checked your hot end. Cool. Which hot end? I'd like to know. Oh, an SUV. Yeah, you're saving money on that one. Except for the, it depends on which Oculus you got. If it's the latest Oculus, it's kind of cool. The DK1 and DK2 were pretty bad. Peter, if he's still watching, he can tell you all about the Oculus DK1 and DK2. It just made me motion sick, so it didn't really do anything for me. It was a cool effect, but it wasn't really useful of a thing for me. Complete the following steps for each of the 3 base tower assemblies. Ensure that you match 2 Z pieces and the 4 XY pieces. Slide the T slot into the one side of the plate shown. You can loosely tighten the button screws to keep it in place. Do not over tighten. Install the timing pulley onto the stepper motor as shown. One of the set screws should be aligned with a flat. The face of the timing pulley should be flush with the end of the stepper motor. Tighten both sets fully. Slide the opposite plate onto the T slot and loosely tighten the button head screw. So where does this go? This T slot here, I don't think it's actually critical where it goes, so I'm going to put this in here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put the aluminum here flush against this part and try to start tightening. I imagine it's probably this. Nope, because that would make sense. There, so I'm going to do that to all of them. Oh, don't forget the motor pulley. That's easy. Just put this here, flush with that. a flat. So flush and tighten. Let me turn the stepper motor flat here, and I'm sorry if you can't see this. I'm basically putting the pulley on the flush and trying to get it on the flat spot of the stepper motor, so the set screws doesn't slip. I've tried to use with stepper motors that don't have a flat spot, and I end up grinding a flat spot on them. So I can't really tell if that's on there, but close enough. Fundle Dondle. I like the name. That's awesome. What's up? Oh, I'm just shaking this motor pulley on. Pulley 1. This, let's just do them all at the same time. So basically what I'm doing is this. I'm putting the pulleys on these. Here, close that preview. Pulley, here's the pulley. Rollover images. Okay. That's the pulley flush with the top of the motor. So GT2 pulleys have a little bit of give on them, and honestly the idler is going to float a little bit, so I don't think it's a big deal how aligned that is. This is kind of the part right here. So it's allowed to slap in it. Do not tighten. The same operation noted above to attach the two sides of the top tower assemblies. Okay, so this is what I should be doing. So I'm going to take this end here. This has a T-nut for this top extrusion. So these extrusions kind of are they're not rigidly mounted to the main tower extrusions, but these are holding the melamine parts together, I think, is basically what they're doing. So I'm going to mount them both pretty much flush to each other. And I don't think, nope, this is the top. Let's not do that. Let's take a bottom section here, and this is a Z, so let's get the Z. Okay, this is Z. We're gonna add this Z tower. So Z on SeeMeCNC machines, and generally with Deltas as far as I know, the Z tower is always the one facing away from you, and then X is your left side and right side is your Y. But they're not like XYZ on a Cartesian printer, so they're actually they're made differently, if that makes sense. So this honestly is not a critical part where you tighten this to. What is critical though is having when I put the frame together, I think the frame is going to be adjusted straight somehow. Like, I don't know how they constrain the two sides together, but I'm loosely tightening this. So I got the motor pulley on. The other thing with this is that the belt goes on both sides of the extrusions, so the belt is actually going to slide. It's going to be on this channel and this channel underneath here, so it has to go center. So if you look the pulleys in here, and the belt is going to ride through here, and the aluminum extrusions are going to go in here. So this is centered as well. And I think the wiring might go through here too. But they give you a lot of open space, so it's actually pretty easy to go through. So that's Z. And then I'm going to take the top of the towers that match each other. So it says SeeMeCNC and Comic Sans. Has the SeeMeCNC eyes. And then those are going to get extrusions. I don't think there's any, the top sections don't have any weird asymmetries to them, so I think the top sections are perfectly fine. I don't think there's no oddball top sections that I know of. So I'm going to tighten this, and I'm going to take I'm lining up the notches here, so this is a notch here, and there's a notch here. I'm lining those up. Interestingly, the T-nuts on these are not tightening on, they're kind of alternating, so one's tightening here and one's tightening here. So it doesn't actually label if it's X, Y, or Z on the top that I know of. So, oh, there we go. If I just do that, if I just lay it down like this so it's kind of parallel, let's see. I'm not going to tighten it too much, but these are basically top braces, so this is an X and Y. Okay, so let's do another motor pulley. So these are actually loose. The motors are loose so that I can tension the belts. But I'm going to do another motor pulley with the flat here. Push this down, make sure it's flush. Take my my 3mm, 2mm, sorry, 2mm hex. Yep, those motor pulleys are tight. So I would honestly put thread locker on all this, but I think that's the least of my worries is belt slipping on a, back printer. this is not super critical. I'm just being really picky about it. This really doesn't need to be that flush. Okay. Sorry if this is kind of boring. This is not really critical, but just want to make sure XY, XY. Get these matching. Sorry, the camera kind of drifts. I'm trying to pull these parts kind of close to me. Let me give you more of a view. Yeah, there we go. I think this would be, oh, there we go. That's better. Now you can see more of what I'm actually working on. Cool. Let's see, I got 2 more parts here. Got 2 upper parts, this part, probably this too. So these upper parts don't have any labels on them except for the logos, so I'm gonna do those as well. What's cool about this is how symmetric it is. I can show this printer off in basically 3 different sides instead of 1 or 2 different sides. So, hey.
How's it going?
Making progress.
Excellent.
Yeah. Wow, 7 viewers. That's like, I'll be a affiliate in YouTube Prime or whatever they call it now. Hold on.
A little better. How are you doing?
A little better.
Yeah. Okay. What a fucking day.
Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, Kevin, if you're still there, I just got your Facebook message. Yeah, the SC300 is it's an interesting, it's actually a much better hot end than the HE280. I almost don't want to build an HE280 again because it's so bad. It's not okay. It's not bad. It's just the crimping, I think, is what I don't like about it, and the fact that the thermistor is a screw-on thermistor. I will probably never build a hot end again that doesn't have a cartridge-based thermistor. So that's what I'm gonna just say. For anybody curious, so carriage has a screw here, right up and down to pull the belt and the extrusion, and then hits the SID stop. So you have probably about 10 millimeters between. About 20 millimeters. Nah, more like 30. 30 or 40. Man, you have almost like 70 millimeters of travel between the top of the extrusion. So at the top of this extrusion, you have about 70 millimeters of wasted space. So, like, imagine that, and then take the row stock arms, and then from there, you extend it about there, and really this is the only usable space you have left, is like the bottom half of this, which is like not even like 4 or 5 inches. So I don't, there might be some trick to it, but your actual usable space is really only like 100 millimeters, maybe 150. Oh, I have one more pulley to put on. Put the flat side there. Oh, yeah, you had leaking between your threads. Sorry, I just saw that. Yeah, Kevin, you got a leak. That sucks. See, that's why I'm the mosquito hot end is pretty much all like screwed in together in one piece. So. Um, Man, that's not the right one. I'm not paying attention. This is the right one. Yep, X and Y. So this is X or Y, not X and Y. It's either the X or Y tower since they're symmetric. The Z is the only non-symmetric tower. Not sure why though. I haven't got to that point yet. Okay. Okay, cool. That's it. Nope, one more. Oh man, you broke it. Hey, do you know, Kevin, that you can send your SE300 to SeeMeCNC and get it repaired? I did that. Well, I didn't get it repaired. They can repair it, but what they ended up doing was sending me a new one, and it was like $80 total, like shipped. So it's cheaper than the new SE300, but it's basically like refurbished. Because mine got, basically it was so encased in PLA I couldn't even free the hot end apart, so I just sent it to SeeMeCNC and they gave me a new one. Even before I sent one back, I got one in the mail. They just shipped one right out, so I was able to continue printing. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this company really is good about sending out parts fast. I'm already ordering another set of parts for this printer. 29%. You can see how good the supports are right now on that. Those are all support. That's all support material right here on the print. Okay, cool. Now the foot mounts. Locate a bag of foot hardware. Assemble each shown nylon screw should go through the black plastic leg, through the laser cut foot, and finally secure the nylon nut. Okay, so those are here. These are some interesting parts. Here's the bed clip. Some zip ties. Sure, why not I just take all those out? Throw that away. Zip ties. Feet, rubber feet. These are these are like soft plastic rubber. They're not even rubber, they're like a hard TPU. Nylon screws, which are so cool. So these are symmetric, so it doesn't matter which side. Oh, I see. It's these black things here that go. The screw goes here. Goes in here, and goes in here. You kind of see there's a black plastic thing. Nylon goes in there, then that goes on the back. This goes on there. I got a flat head and pliers. Do the same thing with the other ones. Black plastic thing, nylon, laser cut piece, and then nut behind it. So these are probably going to be used for, these mounting parts are probably going to be used for mounting to the frame of the backpack. Since there's 3 isometric, well, not isometric, sorry. I guess it'd be considered 3 symmetric feet in the triangle that are standard hole sizes, and with a solid mounting to the frame. And then the top part can be mounted to those screw holes on the top plate. There's a bunch of screw holes on the top section. Yeah, $60. It's still a good deal because an FC300 is significantly expensive. It's $150, which is not bad for a hot end, but it's a whole hot end assembly, so it's not too bad. But compared to the overall cost of the printer, if I blew it up, I'm probably gonna use a heat gun, or that's why I put a silicon sock on mine. So I'd recommend putting a silicon sock on your hot end if you have meltdowns, because that really sucks to come home to like a meltdown thing. Oh, well, thanks for joining in, Mackie. I'm about to end the stream pretty soon after this step. I think it's pretty progress. I think there's not a lot left, honestly. Well, there's a lot left, but it's not like a Rostock build. The Rostock Max build takes forever. So right now we're going to be putting the rails on and the carriages and the top mounts. Like, it's going to go together really quick here. The end-stop wires are going to go through. Have to solder end-stop wires, and that should be an issue. Secure them with a zip tie, idler bearings, belts, belt continued, belt routing, Then your top and base assemblies. That's where I'm probably gonna put the duet. Maybe not. I'm not gonna do that yet. Taming the wires. So a lot of this is wire management. And with wire management, really, I'm just gonna get it working and then go back and redo the wiring. Yeah, a lot of this is real simple. The ball joints. I mean, I have aluminum ball joints that are going on. I'll probably assemble the hot end off of the stream because it's really tedious. The whip is going to change. The Rambo board, the whip, the Bowden tube, the LCD screen is not that big of a deal. Extra vitamins, programming, and then arms. So programming is probably easy. It's just that depends on how good I'm gonna probably use just to go old school. I'm gonna go play with whatever they want you to, like Kira, or I probably have a simplified 3D profile for it, but so that's the feet. This is the vertical rail. So spread the bottom plates for the base tower mount enough, so insert the foots. Ensure that the foot is in the correct orientation. Slide the 24-inch T-slot into the tower base assembly until it reaches the bottom. Hand tighten the button head screws. Do not tighten. So now we're going to start putting the towers on. This is where it's going to get hard to film. So I'm going to cut the extrusion off here. Okay, so these are extrusions. They're only 24-inch wide, so they fit in frame. Like I said, it doesn't have a lot of build height, but I don't think that's really the point with this build. Nope, wrong mount. This mount. So it only goes in one way, this way. I'm pressing the T-slot parts on so that they slot in like that, and then you gotta guide the T-slot nut, the T-nuts into the aluminum channel. There we go. And then they should stop on these little screws here so that it doesn't go any farther. And while I have this spread apart, I'll put in the foot here. So the foot's only T-slotted in, or it's only put in there. Oh, actually, that. Spread it apart, but not too much. Go. Yeah. There you go. So I spread them apart, put the foot in. It's only held in by these two slots here. This is a lot like CNC flat pack stuff, which honestly is probably going to be the next step. Let's make CNC versions of these. Gotta get these started. There we go. So there you go. That's your basically your motor mount, bottom mount, and first tower. It's basically put together. And then I'm gonna tighten these. And there's a lot of wiggle room, so again, making sure that your top and bottom are square. The problem is that the towers have to be parallel to each other for the arms to work, or all your parts are going to be skewed in that direction. If they're not parallel then they're always going to be, then you're going to have tapering. All your geometry is going to be off basically if you don't have symmetric towers. So that's kind of sucky. Okay, so these aren't tight, but I got this on there. Yeah. If it was up to me though, this would have a little bit of a different design. I like the idea of being able to like either injection mold or print the bottoms, but again, you have so much flex with aluminum extrusions. That's why I've looked into making the printer out of a CNC cut sheet. So the bends are always going to be 90 or always going to be parallel, essentially, as long as your CNC machine is cutting parallel or perpendicular parts. So I'm gonna put this on the ground because it's off the camera. I'm gonna do the same to this one. I'm gonna take one of the feet again, spread this part enough, snap. Okay, and just so you can see these. You ever student soon?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll be done soon after this step. Yeah, I'm thinking if I have time either tomorrow or Friday night, I'll probably finish this up. maybe this weekend, the printer, at least to get the base part of the printer, and then I'm gonna have another couple, probably have to almost, I'm gonna try to do a test print, and then I'll be rebuilding it with the Duet and another hot end and effector, so basically gonna be rebuilding it, but I'm gonna do it in kind of sections, because I'm not quite sure about parts right now, like my sourcing of parts. Like I said, some of this stuff is going to be custom for the backpack printer, but right now I'm kind of using stock, trying to use as stock as possible machines from SeeMeCNC, so that you know, we can kind of, I don't know, like, I want people to be able to follow along with this and build their own, so trying to make these as stock as possible is helpful. Yeah, so I'm not going to make any modifications to the existing DXFs that affect the backpack. And the backpack can be acquired from Amazon, so it's a pretty standard backpack frame. And then the batteries will also be a commercial source as well. And, you know, like, if somebody makes one, I would be happy, so. And of course, this is all open source hardware, so if you want to make an H2 from scratch, like, everything's accessible. At least the CAD files are. SolidWorks files I have pulled up on my computer of the whole assembly and the DXFs and you know, all the hardware, including the controller, is the PCB layouts available in I think Eagle or a Gerber file, and firmware is obviously open source too. That's Repetier or Marlin. So I like the idea that I can make everything from scratch. Yeah. So that's the 3 towers. Again, this is just going to be belt routing, and I mean, essentially what I'm doing is I'm taking the Eris and building it out of sturdier components, technically, that I have. It's easier to mod this than it is to mod the Eris, because the Eris is all kind of a clamshell part, and there's not a lot of space on the Eris, and the effector is too tiny, and the arms are too tiny. That this gives me a lot more room, but it's still kind of it's a little bit bigger than the Eris form factor. But I think essentially this should fit on my back and be maybe at the top of my head. So with a spool, and I'm going to try to make it as compact as possible so that it can fit in a hard case. But don't know. Yeah, silicone socks help a lot. No, I think the height doesn't matter as long as it doesn't like go below my waist. Like the last time the spool was basically at my butt, and a lot of the weight on this is going to be all lower back weight, so the batteries are going to be mounted near the back, or near the lower back, and the weight of the motors, which the motors are the heaviest part, and the extruder is all going to be on the base of this printer. So the weight distribution will be all low center of gravity, and then the height is really just up here. So imagine, well, here I'll show you. So this is my lower back. And the printer is going to be up here, so probably basically head height. and it's gonna be hanging like right there. So I mean, it's gonna definitely look kind of goofy on me, but I think any taller than this would be a little weird. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Here, let me put these up here. I can put it on the LS frame actually. The backpack I have, I guess I could show you on stream. Let me see here. Oh, it's kind of cumbersome looking, but this is what I'm trying to eliminate, is how cumbersome looking it is. So I'll put this around my waist. The straps are a lot more comfortable. The best part too is that I have an actual chest strap. So adjustable chest strap here. So if it pulls against me, I have a center back rest here, and at the lower back is the best part here, is I have an actual lower back support that actually goes around my waist and my hips. So, and it's all neoprene with not neoprene, but it's all nylon with cushion and breathable, so it's not going to get sweaty, which is the biggest part. And the big thing is the center strap. These being plusher, these have a nice like a polyurethane foam, and then this. So the tower frame will probably fit somewhere. It also has a giant belt buckle on the front, which is going to be easy. And the other thing too is the batteries are not going to be mounted. The batteries are not going to be mounted to the waist. What's cool is I'm probably going to take the actual straps off these, because this is all one piece. And then if I remove this strap in the center, this top shoulder part comes off. This bottom part goes on here. It actually gets folded around itself here. So if I take this bottom part of the frame off, I can take this part off, and so I have mounting points, but this bottom part has the waistband has like a lot of movement and give to it. But anyway, I think this will be a good frame for it. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, no, I have kidney padding and straps and everything. So it's gonna try to be as modular as possible. But anyway, I'm gonna go. This has been long enough. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that backpack makes a lot of noise. So I'm gonna go. Bye. How do I stop this? Okay. And